Hello and welcome. I am Tyler Coulter of XPLoot, and today we're going over part one of OBS Studio. This is just a basic tutorial of getting things set up for you so you can have your webcam in the stream, maybe have a logo in the corner. This software is powerful. So there's a lot that you could do. So we're just going to scratch the surface today, get you installed, get it running, and get your webcam up, get your green screen going if you have one, and a logo. So without further ado, you just need to go to the internet and obsproject.com. As you can see, you can just click this download OBS Studio button. It downloads, run the installer. It's really straightforward. This software is powerful and it's great, and I love it. So as you start using it, feel free to come back to this website and click this donate button. I'm sure they'd really appreciate it. So now I'm in OBS. As you can see, I already have my webcam up, so I'm going to go ahead and just delete this so we can start over. So now we have everything here. So go ahead and hit this plus, and this will add a new source. Once you do this, go to Video Capture Device. Click that. This is the name. I sometimes call mine webcam, or I give mine different names, but you are more than welcome to just leave the default name, Video Capture Device. Click OK, and as you see, my webcam has popped up. Sometimes if you're using like a laptop or you have multiple webcams for some reason, you might need to hit this drop down and find the correct one. Maybe, maybe not. Most of the times it'll just pick it right up and you are good to go. I leave all of these settings as default, so we'll go ahead and click OK. Although what does annoy me is that the screen, my webcam looks a little bit different than what I'm actually doing. So I want to change the orientation. So I'm going to right click, hit transform, and then flip horizontal. Now, when I look at this screen, that's where my webcam is actually going to show. You can leave that, you can change it, whatever you like. It's just my preference that I like to look at myself in that mirror orientation. So as you can see, I do have a green screen behind me. So this box here, you're welcome to move him around, click and drag. You can resize. It's really straightforward how this works. So I'm going to put myself right here in the corner, and we're going to talk about this green screen. So what you'll want to do is you will go over to your video capture device, whatever you named it, right click, and go to filters. Now under the effect filters, go ahead and hit the plus sign again, and go to chroma key. We'll click OK. Now you can see that behind me, the green screen has gone transparent. And that is because the key color type is green. So I can change this to blue, I can change this to magenta, and we're going to get different effects. But we're going to leave it on green because that's the color of the screen behind me. And we're going to tweak this similarity. And then this is what controls how much of that green shows. So you can bring this down and you'll start seeing this fuzzy nastiness behind you all the way down, and you just see it plain and clear. So this is kind of a finagle game. You got to work with it to see where the happy medium is. If you go too high, you start disappearing, and you can start seeing the background behind you. And that's not what you want at all. So get to a happy medium. And again, you'll have to tweak with this, and be careful. You start seeing a little bit of fuzzy, like behind my chair here, or my neck is disappearing. Also, what I like to do is before I get here, I will open up my webcam software. I'll just pull mine up for you guys right now. And I crank the color intensity. So my webcam kind of looks like shit right now. I'm really red, I'm really bright, like the colors are really intense. But it's good because we'll have another chance to fix that later. And what that does for me is it makes it easier for that green screen to be noticed. Some people might have an argument with that. That's fine. This is just the way I like to do it. And I also like to turn off the auto white balance. I find that if I'm in a game and the screen changes to a different color, goes bright or has a white screen for some reason, maybe you got hit by a flashbang or something, the auto white balance will change, and it'll affect what is visible behind me. So sometimes my shoulders will start going transparent or something along those lines. So the first thing I would do is kill that white balance, and then just come back in here and find a happy medium for you. Find what color you like. I'm going to go a little right about there. Okay, perfect. Hit save. All right. So now, as you can see, there's still a little bit of green around my head when I move. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn up this key color spill reduction. Not too much because it makes the color go away, essentially. Um, but we can afford to do a little bit without getting too crazy. Perfect. You can also turn the smoothness up, but also beware, you will start disappearing. So I usually leave that pretty close to the default. You can also change the contrast and the brightness and the gamma, but I'm going to leave this one right here as it is, because if you click this plus button again, you can go into color corrections and then go and rename it whatever you want or leave it as it is. This is where you can really make the color corrections that you want. So is your saturation. So if you want to come back up and make yourself a little bit more colorful after having changed the key spill reduction, that's fine. You can change the brightness, you can change the contrast, the gamma, etc., etc. I want to hit default, and then we will turn the saturation off the hair. You can also change your color. So if you, for some reason, find yourself that you want to be a little bit more yellow or magenta, you want to be a full-blown Smurf, whatever, go for it. You know, the whole look. This is where you would do it. So I find myself a little red, so we're going to turn down just the hair. Perfect. Another thing I don't like about my webcam is it makes me a little blurry. So I'm going to hit this plus sign, and it's easy to notice that there's like a crop. There's all sorts of things that you can do here. So I'm going to click Sharpen. Okay. I'm going to turn this Sharpen up so that my features are a little bit sharper. There we go. And you can see as I did that, the chair back started getting a little fuzzy. So I'm going to have to go back into chroma key and tweak this just a hair. Move. And this is an ongoing fight. Once you find a happy medium, then it's pretty good. All right, we'll go ahead and close. So that is how you get your green screen cooking. So next we have this cool logo. So I will go and grab this guy, and we're going to delete him. Do it, yes, I want to remove that image, sure. So hit this plus down here again and hit image. Okay. Go to browse, and you can find whatever image you want to use. So here is my logo. And again, you can resize, you can move him, you can flip him if you want. I'm just going to stick him in this corner and forget about him. So that is pretty much the basics of OBS, getting your webcam in and getting your green screen set up. There are other things. There's this audio input capture. It's important to see that, so I'm gonna open it up, but I don't want to mess up my audio right now, so hopefully this doesn't do anything. So you just want to pick your audio device and then click OK, and that will basically import it into OBS. And you can see the audio right here. You can see two audio. Oops, see two audio. Remove. Okay, there we go. So you should only have your one audio input, maybe a microphone, something along those lines. And if you make a mistake, unfortunately, Control-Z doesn't really work. There's no quick undo. So you'll just want to try to put it back as best you could. So that is that. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave comments below. Like and subscribe to XPLoot, and I will see you in episode 2. Thank you much.